Alrighty, Brandy, going to throw at you just a quick comment about Women's Origin, because you weren't with us on Friday. And everyone that I've spoken to, look, they're just getting better and better. Your very short takeaway of that, New South Wales, terrific win, one going away. But given that they're not even in competition, like, yes, they had training camp to prepare. You got to admire the efforts of the athletes we saw on Thursday night.
What about them too? What about the athletic ability of the girls now and the skill level? The tries were spectacular. They really are. They're great to watch. It was a great game. Good that the Blues won. They should have won last year's series, but they're off to a great start. It was great footy.
And you were on the team Penatani playing 6.
Yes.
And Southwell at 7 for New South Wales.
So New South Wales was great.
One up.
Halfback.
New South Wales 1 up. Now, let's get into the NRL action, and we kicked off with Sharks and Eels. Still don't know what to make of Cronulla. I actually sort of came away feeling pretty positive about Parramatta. So much better than what they were the first 4 or 5 weeks, all because of the return of Moses. Moses is making everyone else look better.
He is. And that's what good players do. They make those around them play better. And Mitch Moses is certainly that quality of player. I thought there was plenty of good performances for the Eels, but Nico Hines, I thought Nico Hines might have played his best game of the year.
Okay, that's good.
So Nico Hines, I don't know how he polled in the Dally M's. I think you said
he got 5 points. So
he deserved
3 and a 2.
He was very good. Will Kennedy was good. The outside backs all did their job. When the outside backs for the Sharks are, chalking up numbers anywhere between 15 and 20 runs apiece and getting close to 200 metres, you know that they're going all right. So I think the Sharks deserve to win, even though Para were much improved. The Roosters, the next game, which I got to call the next game.
Yeah, Roosters Dolphins.
I can't remember Teddy. I don't think Teddy's ever played better, and he was the best player in the comp. 2019 when he won the Dally M's, clearly. But when you look at some of the other performers, and they scored tries really in a bunch. I think they scored 3 tries in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Mark Nwanganitawase has been a great pickup.
Oh, Dominic Young doesn't get back on the wing, does he?
He doesn't. Not even close to Marky Mark. He's fantastic. Robert Toyer was great. And if it was a rugby league week, if we still printed the rugby league week, there would be a number of Roosters that were scoring 8 and 9s. I thought Victor Radley had his best game of the year, and Nafahu White just keeps getting better each week. So they had so many good players, and Teddy was by far the standout. But it was a great team performance. 36 points they scored.
High praise, Roosters over Dolphins. Now we get into Saturday night's Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs dead set. Cursed at the moment in the injury stakes. They're going to do it real tough. I mean, the Rabbitohs, they could be bottom of the table in a matter of weeks if they don't turn things around. Knights, are they back? Are they back? Do you base on one performance what you saw? Are they back to a position where they will challenge for the 8?
Hard to know exactly because of South Sydney's lack of class players that they had. They had blokes in, so many players out. So they were probably cannon fodder for whoever they played, but the return of Jacob Saifidi and Adam Elliott made a huge difference to the Newcastle team. And you just thought, well, how can a team that's got Ponga, Sharp, Best in their lineup score so few points over the 5 weeks that they were chalking up losses? But they were pretty good. Fletcher Sharp scored 2 tries very quickly, and it was always going to be a Newcastle win. So I thought they were impressive. I'm going to say, yes, they're back, but jury's still out. Let's see if they can do it back, in another week. They've only won 1 game. They have 5 straight losses coming into that game against Souths.
Warriors v Cowboys are certainly for the atmosphere. We're there at Magic Round, of course, that for atmosphere, it really had it. The joint was buzzing. Let's hear from Andrew Webster. Just a very, he almost took his coach's hat off to talk about watching what unfolded before his very eyes in that game.
Emotions are made a heart transplant, that's for sure. But I'm my emotions are also really proud. We've got some guys really busted in there that hung in there. I think we just were making it so hard for ourselves. I thought the Cows were really good in the second half, and we're just making it hard. But to hang in there right at the end and find a way to win. Blokes playing different positions that they don't normally play, and I was proud of the boys we got it. I think it's really a good opportunity to learn why we win instead of having to get a loss to do it. And
Metcalf outstanding. Great first half. It was 28-12 at half time, but the Cowboys were coming to get them through their triple threat of Dearden and Drinkwater and Jeremiah Nane, who all were very dangerous in that second half. But maybe the biggest play that Metcalf came up with on the night was the tackle on Murray Talangi.
100%.
The try saver. It was a game saver.
Yep. Yeah, agreed. Luke Metcalf is quality, no doubt about it. Now, the last game on Saturday night was Tigers-Dragons. It involves the greatest bombed try. There's been equivalent in terms of bombed tries in famous matches.
Heartbreaking.
But what happened
tries.
next? This was Jaden Sewer's moment that will never be lived down for the Dragons on Saturday night.
Egan, offload, Dragons chance, Flanagan, what a ball, what a pass, three-man overlap, and the Dragons go over, or do they?
No.
Sewer lost the ball, it's play on, and the Tigers are home. Oh, that is such a blow for the Dragons. Sewer loses the ball over the line. Buller runs 105 metres. My goodness.
On the stroke of half time too. Could not have come at a worse time because you had no chance to make up for it.
Nice choice of music, Charlie. Poor bastard. Yeah. I mean, serious. They changed.
Just the look on his face.
The
look on his face. Did Shane Flanagan comment on that in the press conference? I haven't heard or read anything.
No, I haven't. It sort of gets a wash, some of the press conferences. But what's hard is that they're at Suncorp, two giant screens both ends, and the fact that you can't just walk off the field, you've got to wait for the conversion. He's had to walk. It's like the walk of shame. Jaden Sewer's had to walk from one in goal all the way back to the other in goal. Crowd watching multiple replays to realise what had just happened. Every time it's a groan. It's one of the most...
You can't take it back.
I said I wanted to go down and give him a hug. I wanted to walk with him. Like, if we're all into welfare, and help the... It was a horrific moment in rugby league terms.
Yes, it was, yes. Jacob Little almost pulled it out of the five for the Dragons too. Little was very good when he came on the field. But Jareen Buller, there wasn't real... It was one of those games where Val Holmes was sensational.
At times.
And then at the back end of the game, he couldn't play the ball properly. No. And when the Dragons really needed something, couldn't have an unforced error, and Val came up with a couple.
Yeah.
We are just watching
you just had your attention taken away.
Have a look.
Bailey Simonson.
So Bailey Simonson, as he's falling down and
he's not pulling Mulatalo down. He's getting crushed by Mulatalo. It's a crusher tackle on Bailey Simonson.
They should sit down, Liam Kennedy, who was the video ref, and say, hold your hand out. Turn your knuckles over. I'm going to give you 6 of the best.
You're not going to cane him. The cane's coming back.
You're getting 6 of the best. The cane.
You talk too much. It sounds like you have been in that position, Brandy, back in the day. St Dom's, the older boy, stealing the wine.
We had a teacher that used to launch himself off the platform. Remember at the front of the classroom, there used to be a platform, like just a little raised platform. Yeah. And the teacher would stand on that. And I remember we had a teacher, Mr. Connolly.
I was about to say, don't put any names on that.
And used to hold your hand out, and he was 6'3", and he would launch himself off the platform and give you 6 of the best. He was a brute.
So you're saying in rugby league terms, your feet have left the ground. So that's where a penalty is because you've re-gripped and so he's left the ground to cane you.
Left the ground.
All right, back to the rugby league wrap. Back to the rugby league wrap.
So Liam Kennedy gets it over the knuckles with the ruler turned over.
Sad. Tigers, Dragons. Titans, Bulldogs. Poor old Des. I said Des. I suggested. I'm a weirdo, of course. I said Des should get a haircut.
Did they have any? Was there any Titans jerseys in the crowd? Did you see any?
No, I saw a Chargers jersey. Gold Coast Chargers. Tom Weaver. So now they're down to no halfback. Yeah. Des might have to captain coach the side this week. But I'm
Chris
serious
Randall
about
comes
this.
on. Plays
Change the juju, Des. Cut the hair. I'm saying. I think it's
time.
That's the last resort. Des has to cut the hair or get it braided or something.
Yeah, right. That's where we are. Is that where we are with the Titans?
Look, meantime, they have a player that's getting paid in excess of $1 million a season.
Who is that man?
Playing at North Ipswich Reserve Sports Field for the Ipswich Jets. David Fafita plays for the Ipswich Jets yesterday against the Northern Pride, who had not won a game this year.
Yeah, how'd he go?
Northern Pride win 32-0.
Oh.
The bottom place team.
Oh.
Dave Fafita, 9 runs for 58 metres, plays the whole 80. Drops his first carry, drops the ball first carry. It must have, I don't know what they do.
What do you do with him?
I know what they do. Oh, is that Des? He's getting a cut now. Oh, he's going to buzz cut. Right, so he's not getting braids.
So the Dogs jumped out to a quick start, as they do, 12-0, and then they got a few things wrong, and that allowed the Titans to get back into the game, but not for long.
Not their best, the Bulldogs.
No, but buried the Titans very
buried
quickly
them.
in the second half. They had a little team meeting. Cameron Seraldo said, "This is what you need to do." They came out. They scored 3 tries in a very short space. The game was over. I thought Stephen Crichton, great captain's knock.
Panthers, Broncos.
Boy's a good goal kicker too.
Yeah.
7 from 7 yesterday.
Funniest moment in commentary of the weekend, Panthers, Broncos. Kevin Walters in commentary when he sees the Nathan Cleary try. It's just like, oh no. It's like, what, curse you. Let it die. It's incredible. It looked like the try. Step back. Broncos
Everyone sliding hard to
Penrith, very good. Very good.
They were very good.
Very good.
And you could go through the whole team that who was very good and came back into the side. This Luke Garner in the centres. Luke Garner was outstanding down that left side with Thomas Jenkins. Very good. But Nathan Cleary was like the last 5 minutes of the first half. The 40-20 that led to the Patea try into Nathan's try. The game was done. It was 20-8. Very quickly, it went from 8-all to 20-8.
Yep.
That was it.
And Storm Raiders to brush home. You could write a book on the last bit of the game and the penalties conceded. And I'm going to say
that was a cracking.
I don't think Trent Liero should have been penalised.
For which one?
The field goal should have stood.
Yeah, I think so.
The field goal should have stood. I look at the incident and the forearm. If you didn't pick it up at the time,
it's a forearm that's pushed.
You don't go back to rule a penalty, and that takes off a scoring play off the team.
I don't think you do either.
That's not our game.
No,
that's
rubbish.
not our game. You had to either pick that up at the time and think it was bad, and it wasn't. It wasn't.
The officiating for 7 games was very good, I thought, and they got it wrong in that last game. There was a penalty blown, and then they stopped playing, went back
for an early one
for an earlier penalty. That was a dog's breakfast.
But I think Melbourne should have had the field goal. Do they go on and win there? Well, it's only 5 to go. They would have led by 7, but I thought they were hard done by there. But to Craig Bellamy's credit after the game, he talked about ill discipline. We do have to take responsibility.
Yeah, but they said, and this was a good point. He said, when have you last seen penalties?
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
With the player, the team in possession penalised.
Yeah. The Stefano Utoikamanu and the sin binning with Josh Papali'i and all of that. There was a lot of drama. Credit to Canberra, though, playing tough, and now 1v2 this Saturday.
5 in a row. 5 in a row they've won, the Raiders.
And the last 3 games coming back, 18, 16, 14 down.
Yeah. Yeah.
How good, Ricky Stewart's Raiders.
You know, Michael, doctors say a proper breakfast includes eggs, bacon, and breakfast with Vossy and Brandy. So get your daily fix through our socials and listen live on SEN Radio.